You are tuned in to What Up Baltimore online radio. Please note that the views and opinions expressed on this channel are of the host and not of LadyJ Media. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, What Up Baltimore TV. And if you really don't want to miss any of the shows, hit that notification bell and you'll get a message every time we come on. Now, we got it from here, so sit back, relax, and stay tuned.
Matter of fact, you can't go through it once you go back in it. Matter of fact, you don't go back in it unless you go back in it over and over again, because it's like a revolving door that keeps saying, hey, come visit me. Even when you're doing good, you might get in a drive-by or a shootout, and even if you're the victim, you're still going to jail because your past criminal record and you weren't supposed to be near a gun or bullet or even almost dying. So although you survived, sir, we need to tell you you have the right to remain silent. Because you won't give us all the information that we need to know about when you almost died. But we're not concerned about that part. We want to know who was shooting out of your car when the other people were shooting at your car. We know it was someone shooting, even if it wasn't you. Who was it? So then there's that moment where I gotta decide, is do or die now. Do I keep it a G? Or I decide I don't want to ride now. I don't want to be street no more. I'm in a situation where I got 30 years over my head, and if this dude get me locked up, it won't be no more. So then there's that moment where I decide that I won't snitch, and I hold it down, and I keep strong to the street code, even though the streets don't love me. In fact, the streets might kill me. In fact, the streets might be the reason why I got this gun anyway. And then there's this moment where I realize it's all or nothing.
Hey everybody, it's Dr. Lady J here. Y'all, it's been a day, but I'm here. We got our guest on here. I call him nephew, but it's Tay Gross. We got him on. And there was a couple other guys that was supposed to be calling in. Y'all keep them in prayer. Not sure what happened. But sometimes, there's a lockdown and they're not able to call in. And normally when I send them a message, they normally message me right back. So I think something must have happened today where they're not able to get on the phone. So we want to keep them in prayer. Hopefully everything is okay. I know last week, Tay, Monty told you that the person, I think it was somebody that was next to him, the guy that was in there killed his cellmate. So, that happened I think it was Monday or Thursday of last week that happened. So, let's just keep our brothers and sisters in prayer that's behind bars because, they're dealing with a lot. So anyway, Welcome to the show. You've been on here before, but welcome again. We're gonna get an update on your journey because I think when you came on, you were kind of just coming out. So now it's been a year, right?
Yes, ma'am. I came off home detention this month.
Wow. That's maybe, I don't know for you. I don't know. To me, seemed like it went by really fast. I seemed like I just met you, but anyway, we want you to tell us a little bit about yourself and everybody who watches the Joy Conversations with Joy B. This is her nephew. So a lot of times when y'all heard her talking about her nephew being incarcerated, this is the one that she was talking about. So he's home now. I know she's watching. So tell us a little bit about you, and let's start off with tell us a little bit about you and what you're doing right now, and then we'll go back and talk about your story.
I just started for Miller Environmental Group. I'm a commercial truck driver. Uh, just been working, enjoying life out in the free world, and trying to help a few brothers try and get back in court. I've been telling about you and my aunt and other programs that can help them,
Mm-hmm.
and that's and active in church, and that's about it. Just trying to enjoy life.
Absolutely. And let's talk about how old were you when you first got incarcerated?
I was 18.
Okay. And you don't have to tell us what happened, but tell us you were 18 years old, and I remember you saying that was your first time, right? Being
Yes, man. That was my first conviction and my first incarceration, and I was sentenced to 45 years in prison.
and how much time did you do?
24.
24 years. Wow. And you were sentenced to 45 years, and you were 18 years old.
Yes, man.
And when they sent you to prison, did you go to an adult facility?
Yes, man. Me and Picard was together.
Bakari, right? Y'all remember Bakari from last week? Bakari with Behind the Wall Mentors, and the one this was Sean Gardner. So tell us a little bit about that experience and how it was being 18. And I remember you told us the last time you had just graduated from high school.
Yeah, I graduated from high school in 97. In 98, I was sentenced to prison. Uh, it was dangerous. It was very dangerous. For one part, I was a little too, I guess, naive to realize how dangerous it was.
Mm-hmm.
So I realized how dangerous it was because some people has had in their mind that they were never going home,
Mm-hmm.
so they didn't care what they did to the next person.
Wow. Wow. Did you have, I know Bakari was one of the people there, but did you have any, because being so young, did you have any males who stepped up and kind of took you under your wings while you were there? Like when you first came in?
Yeah, yes, man. Yes, man. Free people from the neighborhood. Well, a lot of people from the neighborhood I grew up in, and they was older than me. That's where they had been at, and they just, ran down the do's and don'ts one
Mm-hmm.
good time, and I had to pay attention to what they were saying, and I had to do the do's and not the don'ts.
Mm-hmm. 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 And did you find yourself, because I would imagine being 18, well, I can't even imagine it, but being 18 and hearing that you have a 45-year sentence, which means you ain't coming home no time soon. So how were
Yeah,
you able to, like, what was that first day like of just, walking through those doors and knowing you can't come back out?
depressing, very depressing,
Mm-hmm. 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 And
very very depressing.
was it a lot of other young men in there your age?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Wow, we actually had been going down to Annapolis earlier this year. We were going down almost every week, fighting against sending juveniles to adult facilities, because it's just like you said, dangerous. It's dangerous to just take them, and you got 14, 15 year olds that's going right into adult facilities. So that's something that we really have been fighting for. We had a couple brothers on here that went in prison at like 15, 16, 17 years old to adult facilities, didn't come out until they was in their 50s. They just recently getting out. So how has it been, with you after spending all of that time in prison, and then all of a sudden the doors open and you get to come back home, because now everything is different. Everything has changed now.
It's it's still a process
Mm-hmm.
that I'm working on within myself.
Mm-hmm.
Like people say it's a culture shock, but everything is very much different. I'm adapting to it, but
Mm-hmm.
it's still like some things I still work on.
Yeah. What was one of the biggest things that you had to really kind of adapt to?
Online. Everything is online. When a
Yeah.
job reaches out to you now, they reach out to an email. They will call your phone, but you have to be on the lookout for your email and click it and respond and that sort of thing. Like everything was just an email away.
Yeah, yeah. That's the world that we live in now. Because I know for myself, Tay, I don't even like, going to the bank and just I just do everything online, so I can imagine that has to be hard because it's like for you, the world stopped and for us everything just kept going. So it has to be sometimes feeling to you that everything is just moving real fast.
Well, when I first came home, I was I was on home detention.
Mm-hmm.
So that helped a little bit because I got to learn how to use the emails,
Mm-hmm.
you go online and do certain things. But then when I was released off home detention, yeah, everything did kind of went fast, but thanks to God's grace, it slowed up after a little while.
Mm-hmm. And I always wanted to ask, like, what are some things that we need to know, like, your family members, your friends, that we need to know when you all come out after spending so many years in prison? What is it that we need to know that we can help you with?
Well, for me, my parents are still together, and
Mm-hmm.
that's who I live with. And I mean, they supplied a roof over my head,
Mm-hmm.
food, uh, clothes, support. I got two sisters, so with the internet, it was like I can just ask one of them, and they would help me along the way. Will put my resume on Indeed. Uh, just small stuff to you all is big stuff to us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like putting your resume on Indeed, it was like that's not a problem. Uh, in my mind, it was something big, but at the while, it was nothing. Just the support and
Yeah.
just be there for the person.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it.
Because I know one day, it was a group of us out. We were in Annapolis. I'm not gonna say who the person was, but we were in Annapolis and we went to eat at just a little, we were at a little restaurant down there by the water. And the waitress brought out the menu, and one of the people that was with us, who had been incarcerated for about 40 something years, got up and walked away. We didn't know what was going on. But when I went to check on the person, what they said is that when she put the menu in front of them and it was so much to choose from, they got overwhelmed. And all of us missed that because we were just sitting there, looking at the menu, trying to figure out what we wanted. But for that person, it was overwhelming just to have that many choices, to deal with. And that was something that we talked about because uh, they wanted to make it clear to us that, like you just said, some things to us to seem normal and easy, it's not easy for them. And I
And
was
it's
kind of
spending
there.
and it's spending 40 something years in prison where they give you a menu and they not gonna serve what's on the menu. When
Mm-hmm.
you come home and you see a menu, it's just it can be overwhelming. It was overwhelming for me going to the market. Like, I
Mm.
ain't like being around a lot of people. I
Oh
went in
wow.
Sam's one day and my anxiety kicked in. So I
Mm.
just went outside. I went
Mm.
outside. But I'm doing better. But
Mm.
sometimes I just don't like being in certain places with a lot of people. I
Now,
don't I don't like it.
how is that when you were incarcerated around a lot of people? So what's the difference between the two?
You know a lot of people.
Okay.
You know
Okay.
this person sleep on your tail. You know this person is in the jail. And it's crazy to say this. Everything is sectioned off. It
Okay.
might not look sectioned off to you all, but in a person's mind, oh yeah, I can't go over there. This
Mm-hmm.
is where I'm supposed to be at. This is where I work out at. This is who I work out with. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
going over there with them. I'm not going over there. And you just stay in your little area with the group of dudes that you with.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I got you. Because I was somebody had said that before, and I was wondering, like, like what is the difference? But I get it because you don't really know the people in Sam's Club. You don't know what they might do. You don't know anything. You just in this space that you haven't been in before. So with now with your job, how's everything going with you? Like, being on the road with your job and being able to interact and just kind of because you're able to go wherever you want right now, right?
Yes, man.
Okay.
Yes,
So
man. Wherever the job send me.
are you still on parole?
Yes, man.
Okay. And how
Yes,
long is
man.
your parole?
I have the slightest idea. My friend asked me that, and I need to find out. But you just be so happy. You
Yeah.
be so happy when they tell you going home. You don't even ask that question.
Wow. Wow.
You don't
Yeah.
even ask it. You just pack your stuff. It's time to go.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I was asking because someone was on the other night and um no, he wasn't on. He's going to be on, but he has been out for 10 years and he has a 19-year parole sentence. So that's why I was asking you, like, how long is your parole? But it's good that you're able to, after a year, that you're able to travel around and, doing your business. That's real good.
Yes, man. You just get the job description from the company. Go do what you gotta do. Come on
Mm-hmm.
back,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and that's about it. I check
Yeah.
in though. When she told me check in, I call her.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And Black Puma said, "Bro, you funny because it's true. You just be ready to get up and out."
Yeah, like this is something you done fought so hard for 20 something years, and they
Yeah,
finally tell you you going. It's just like, yeah, all right. I ask that question when I get out there.
you're right. And what was it like when you found out that you were going home? Did
I
it seem
couldn't
like
believe it.
unreal?
Yeah, like even when they brought me home, I still ain't believe it. So he
Wow.
just dropped me off and he pulled off. I
Wow.
looked out the door and he was gone. I was like, all right, I'm home.
Oh my goodness. That has to be like the greatest feeling, but the scariest feeling in the world because it's like, am I really going home? Like after 24 years, am I really, really going home? Oh my goodness. Wow.
Because of course everything went wrong that day. They were supposed to be there at 10. They pulled up like 1:30. I'm
Mm,
sitting there like, did they change their mind? What's
mm,
going on? Did the car break down? Why am I still here? Like, what is
mm.
going on here? It was just,
Oh my goodness. Wow. And what was it like just, just going back home and seeing your mom and dad? And thank God your mom and dad are still here.
yes,
They're still
yes,
here. That's a blessing. That's really a
yes.
blessing. And that you
It was,
had family support.
it was a joy. It was a true joy. I surprised my mother when she came in. She didn't know I was home.
Oh, okay.
And
Okay.
man, I was sitting on the couch when she came home. And
Oh.
yeah, I got on my father and my sister nerves because I felt like my paperwork was taking too long to get processed. I'm like, y'all need to call somebody.
Mm,
Nothing take 30 days. They
mhm.
use all emails. I didn't even really know what an email was. I just know they was just sending emails to each other. I'm like, this shouldn't take this long. What they change their mind?
Right. Right.
What they gonna say no? Like,
Mhm. Mhm. Wow. Yeah, I know that anxiety was really kicking in on that day and days leading up to coming home. Cause that's
yeah,
like, that has to be the biggest and I just wondered like how did you feel? Because when you went in, you were 18 and how old are you now?
43.
So you came out at like 42 years old and like
Yes, man.
how did that feel?
I was just happy to be home. It felt it's joyful. It's
Wow.
joyful. It's some things you go through. It's some things you go through that I mean, like I couldn't sleep because it
Yeah.
was too quiet.
Mhm.
It was
Mhm.
too quiet in the house. Like house was quiet. Everybody was asleep. And I'm just sitting up on TikTok because it
Mhm.
was new to me, on
Right.
Facebook, watching TV. It was just too quiet.
Mhm. Mhm.
And
Wow.
then things started becoming a little more normal.
Mhm. Now did you have to go into transitional housing before you went back to your parents?
No, I went to the new modern day prison. It's called home detention.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. Wow. Wow, wow. Mm-mm-mm. Wow. Black Puma says he remembers working out on the tier with you. Overworking.
Yeah, yeah, he worked out with me a few times.
Okay. And then Van, that's Van said, tell nephew I see wedding bells. I'm getting my dress now. Okay.
Yes, Miss Van, I seen that comment and I sent it to the young lady and she started laughing. But I seen that comment. Yes, ma'am.
You have a beautiful fiance, by the way. I met her at the talk show, and
Yeah,
that's a blessing too. I'm always amazed that you all have these women, these amazing women who just hold you down, and they're there with you, and they're helping you to walk through the process when you come out, and that's really nice. That is wonderful. Um, Joyce said, "I'm sitting here crying. Sometimes I still can't believe it."
yeah. She sent everything.
Mm.
Pictures of you and Miss Van, uh, crossword puzzles,
Oh.
poems, speeches, letters. She sent everything.
Mm,
Anything she thought I needed,
yeah,
she
yeah,
made sure I had it. Yes,
yeah.
ma'am.
She definitely was always speaking your name. I felt like I already knew you because she talked about you a lot, praying for you and out there marching and on the megaphone. And, so she really, I remember when she was telling us that you were coming home and she was just so overwhelmed, just so happy and joyful that you were coming home, because I guess for her, like she said, she's been writing letters and letters to try to get you to come home. So
Yes,
it's just, it's a blessing really, because to have a family like that, because a lot of people that are incarcerated don't have family members, that do that, and I'm
this
sure
is very true.
Mhm. Mhm.
They don't have, and a lot of them want to come home, but they really don't have a place to call home,
Yeah, yeah.
and that's messing them up. They in
Mhm.
their right mind, but it's just a support thing. It's not
Yes.
there.
Yep. I'm actually working with somebody right now who's going through that. They have no family support, and they kind of just stuck. I feel like they could be home, but because they don't have their family backing them and pushing them, while they're in the system, they just sitting there, and been sitting there, and it's
Yeah.
sad. It's really, really sad. So do you get a lot of calls from, your brothers that you left behind, calling you, asking you how things are going and all of that, or wanting you to help them to find a way to get out?
Well, Monty was a brother I hung out with. Um, I told the dude Gibson to call you. He
Mm-hmm.
calls me to see how things going. And there's a dude named Franklin who uh he goes to court soon, and that's why I asked for your email because I
Okay.
want to send you his information. And if there's
Oh,
anything you can do for him, just let me
yeah.
know and I'll let him know.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because he's in Maryland, right?
Yes, he's in Maryland.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Because we try to find people to go to court, on their day that they go.
He
Most of the
going
time.
down to he going down to Mitchell Courthouse.
Oh, okay. Okay. Then I should
He
be
going
there.
down he going down to Mitchell Courthouse. His judge is Martin H. Sch- Schoenberg the second.
Okay. Let me write this down.
I'm gonna send it to you in the email.
Okay. All
I'm gonna
right.
send it to you in the email as soon as I finish.
Okay. So yeah, I should be able to go.
Yeah.
I should be able to go there. And let me see. We got a message from Grace McKnight said, it's good that you were able to adjust to society with all the changes from then to now. Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
And Gloria Hurt says hi. Van said, nephew, when my husband comes out of there, I'm going to celebrate life and enjoy life with him. I promise myself I'll help others like him to be free from behind those walls. It's a fight that has to happen. Um,
Yes.
yeah, Van's husband is been incarcerated for quite some time for a crime he didn't commit. So if anybody wants to call in and you want to talk to Tay, feel free. The number is on the screen. It's 443 297-4753. If you want to give them words of encouragement, you got a question or whatever, feel free to call that number, 443-297-4753. And Black Puma says, I'm proud of you.
Thanks, bro.
I got to get him on there. I keep seeing his name on here, but I have to get him on too.
He's a good brother. He got his
Yeah.
head on straight.
Okay.
He's
Has he
doing.
been out? He been out longer than you?
No, ma'am. He just came out. I think last couple months ago. He on home
Oh,
detention.
okay. Yeah, we got to get him on here too when he's ready. When he's ready to come on. Um,
Yeah.
we got a comment from Twitter. Miss Van. Oh shoot, I lost it. Miss Van. Training with Purpose said they're praying for prayers to Miss Van and her husband. Um,
Yes.
yep, and
That has to be uh a painful wake up
mhm,
because it was painful waking up for me, and I committed my crime.
mhm, mhm,
But for you not to commit a crime and you had to go through that inhumanity
mhm.
is really it's hard.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I commend the brothers that hold their head up high and they just continue to fight. But
Mhm.
it's hard to go through that injustice for something you ain't do.
And it's crazy because they spend so much time. I was just at an event where brothers have been exonerated. And I'm not talking about spending like a year, 2 years. They had spent like 20, 30 years in jail for in prison for something that they didn't even do. And they had gotten exonerated. And it was just like I was sitting there looking at them, and what was amazing to me was to see how positive they were, and how some of them had just only been out for a few months, but it was just like their outlook on life was like, I got to keep moving forward. No matter what, I just have to keep moving forward. This happened in my life. And I was just like, oh my goodness, how do they do that? Because I was just hurt for them, just hearing story after story of the length of time that they spent in prison. You don't see your children grow up. You don't get to spend time with your family, and you didn't even do the crime. You just sitting there.
You remember the Harlem Park 3?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Me and Ransom Watkins spent over 20 years together.
Oh
And
wow.
and every day he used to tell me, bro, I ain't commit this crime. I ain't
Mm.
commit this murder. But
Wow.
he kept fighting. And his co-defendant kept fighting, Andrew. They
Mm.
kept fighting. And
Mm-hmm.
their breakthrough finally came after
Yeah.
37 years. They
Yeah.
did 37 years in prison.
That is crazy. That is unreal. Unreal. We got a call. Hold on 1 second. Let me see. All right, caller, go ahead.
Hey sis, hey nephew. Listen, I just wanted
Hey,
to tap in real quick and just salute you for what you're doing and how you doing it. And I know it's a struggle, but just trying to get around to touch a lot of things that you are trying to tap into, and sometimes they always the system kind of look at us strange because we ain't supposed to have it, and we ain't supposed to do what we do, because they want us to stay in the norm of not knowing what we supposed to do is for us. Because if it's for you and you going out there to get it, you're gonna grab it and you stay 10 toes down, all means. And so with my husband, I have been by his side day one. And when I say day one, since we've been together in 1998, and he's been gone away from since 2004. So to have his back is the best thing for me to cope with myself, because it's not about when our loved ones go behind the walls, and I'm talking about the women when their significant others or husbands or whatever their partners go behind those walls, and it's easy for them to turn their back on their loved ones. Because see, in my faith and how I was raised, you never beat a person down when they down at their worst, because we have things that we go through in life that doesn't pertain to go to prison, but we run into issues sometimes where we need somebody out here to hold us down as well. So turn my back on him and to see him go through a situation by himself. I couldn't do it, and I couldn't live with myself to allow him to go through this by himself. And even if he had done so, I would have still stuck beside him through the fact of if he done it, if he didn't do it. But in this case, he is an innocent man, and he has been fighting for his innocence. We have been fighting together for his innocence. And then to turn around for a corrupt officer to do the same crime that he accused my husband of, and he got slapped on his wrist, 5 years suspended for one, and he only got 1 year behind the walls. That's not enough time to give him to say, I apologize to this young man because you humiliated him by kidnapping, extortion, and robbery. You did this. You're human. Just because that he was working for the law enforcement and you was a police officer, they gave you the right. You committed the same crime as any other black man did, and he knew better because he should have known better because you were an officer. You are the law enforcement, and you are no different from nobody else that has committed a crime. And it just kind of showed you with the flips and the all sides of how the system works. But see me, I'm a fighter, and I'm a fighter at heart. And so the medical part with my husband now that he's in jail now, it's hard, and it's like trying to take teeth out that don't hurt with knowing the medical part. See, I know what it is behind the walls, and I know what it is and what they're doing. The medical is a big issue with our men and our loved ones, per you said, I say, in prison, because medical don't give a damn. But I'll be damned if I lose my husband behind those walls because they don't care, because to them, they feel like my husband is worth nothing. But he really is, because he's taxes and paying their bills because he's there. But as long as he's there, they're going to take care of my husband with everything I got in me. I'm going to make sure he get out of there. And just because I'm going through this with him, it just put me in mindset that I can do this and fight. Because if someone see me fighting, then they're going to come behind me. Because everybody that's told that they were guilty doesn't mean that they are. Because we all guilty by association with some sort of another, whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, I will not see somebody who is innocent go through what my husband and you and any other person that came home went through in prison.
All right, we got a caller, but thank you for your call. We got another call coming in.
Thank you, nephew.
All right, Miss Vine.
Okay, we got a caller. Go ahead, caller.
Hey, Derek, it's Auntie. Hey, Derek, it's Auntie. Want to tell you how proud I am of you. My baby came out running, just killing the game. And I just want to let you know how proud I am of you, okay? And Miss Sam, fighting for your husband. We're going to keep on fighting. But let me tell you, when I see you, I be like, there go napkins, like I do all of you guys. But I'm just so proud of you. You know, just keep up the good work, because we are not going to have to deal with recidivism when it comes to you.
Yes, ma'am.
That's awesome. And Joyce, thank you for all that you were doing on the outside. She got her radio in the background. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, I can.
Thank you for all you were doing.
You're welcome.
Yep. All right.
You're welcome.
All right. Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome.
All right. If anybody else wants to call in, it's 443-297-4753. And on Monday nights, we try to bring on men and women who were incarcerated. They're out now. We even had some people who were in the middle, waiting for a court case. But, if you want to come on and share your story to encourage somebody else, please feel free to do so. And also on Thursday nights, Monty is normally with me on Thursdays at 7. So if you want to come on that show, you can feel free to come on as well. So we also had a comment, Tay, from Twitter. And she said, congratulations to you and your beautiful fiance. So, yes. So Everybody, you know how people do. Everybody planning your wedding. You know, y'all haven't even said it. Everybody planning the wedding. You know, that's like with me. Everybody giving me a man. I'm like, let me choose. You know, let me choose who I want. But give me a chance to choose. But yeah, so you know, when y'all ready, you know, to announce, just let us know. But anyway, people want to give you their well wishes for, you know, your upcoming wedding that I don't know if y'all planned yet or not, but anyway, you get
Yeah, I didn't plan it. There's no plans yet.
mm-hmm.
I'm quite sure she's planning it, but I
Right.
didn't.
Yeah.
I haven't started planning it yet.
Yeah. And you know what? To be honest, like I love what you're doing. Like you're taking your time, you getting to know yourself, you getting to really, you know, get out here and see what you can do as a man, you know, to take care of everything, to take care of your family. So by the time you do make that decision, all of this stuff is already in place. And that's the
Yeah,
best way to do it. That's the best way to do it. So
yeah.
yeah,
I'm
because
driving her crazy in the process, but that's the best way to do it.
so when you with your truck driving or business, are you long distance or do you go like for periods at a time or is it just daily?
No, I'm just daily, local, daily.
Okay,
I come home every day.
okay, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I
you
work
know,
for yes, ma'am.
no, go ahead, go ahead.
I work for an environmental company. So we might have
Okay.
to go clean up like oil spills, gas spills, um, pump out like sewer water.
Mm-hmm.
I will have to pump it out and transfer it to where they're going to dispose of it. Uh, Pick up waste that might be in drums or something.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go pick that up and just take it to where they're going to dispose of it at. But for the most part, I come home every night.
Okay, that's good. Now, Akawi, when he was on last week, he was talking about working. He said that he made the highest he made was 90 cents. 90 cents a day. What was your salary like when you were incarcerated?
I think the highest I went up to was $2 a
Oh,
day.
$2. Okay. $2 a day.
Yeah, but what I had to do to get that, like it wasn't easy.
Mm,
I had to
wow.
clean up like feces and waste
Okay.
and blood and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was considered hazardous, and that's why they,
Yes,
you know,
man.
gave y'all $2. Wow. When he's,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not expecting him to give y'all hourly pay, but when he said 90 cents a day, you know, and you working all day for 90 cents, I was like, wow. So, you know, but um, I mean, that's what happens when you're incarcerated. And so, what I want you to do in the next few minutes is if you can share with our young people, because we have a lot of young men and women that I see on a regular that I have to go to court with sometimes, and they think this is a joke. They really sit in that courtroom like it's a joke. And I've had some young people who will tell the judge is giving them a chance to go home, you know, or do you want to wait for a court date where you got to sit, you know, back in the detention center? They go back to the detention center, you know, and I just need you to take a few minutes to really, you know, speak to these young people to help them to understand that this is not a joke. Spending 20 something years in prison, that's not a joke.
It's not, but because of society, uh, music, social media, young people think it's cool to go to prison.
Mm-hmm.
When you get a slap on the wrist, you don't really look at the consequences because you're not gonna be there long.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if I sit now, I still went to prison, but I probably go home when I go to court. They ain't gonna do nothing but give me time served until
Mm-hmm.
you keep coming back and forth, and one day you don't get time served, and you just sitting there for a
Mm-hmm.
long period of time. Then they'll wake up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hopefully they'll wake up before that happens.
Yeah.
Prison is no place to be. You
Mm.
got somebody telling you what to do constantly. You can't see your family. Like Miss Van talked about health care. Like if you get sick, you really on your own.
Mm.
The best thing for you to do is ask your family member or something to Google your symptoms and see what it say. Because going upstairs ain't really gonna do nothing. They're not
Mm.
gonna do nothing for you. They're gonna be
Mm.
talking about a budget.
Mm.
Their budget come before your health. So it's not it's not a cool place to be.
And when when as you're talking to the young people, and I love what you're saying, where you're helping them to really, you painting this picture for them to really see what it's like. Um, what what do you see? Because a lot of them play hard. Like when they're in that courtroom, they play real hard. Like they don't care, if I get locked up, blah blah blah. What do you see when they come inside?
Scaredness,
Mm-hmm.
fear, uh, loss,
Mm-hmm.
no hope at all. It's just they realize that they not going home,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm-hmm.
they don't know how to ask for a way out or they don't know how to ask for help.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they just walk around like, playing tough.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully don't nothing happen to them. But then when something happens to one of them, it just goes bad.
Mm.
Like I know for a minute they had stopped sending juveniles in adult facilities for a little while
Mm-hmm.
because it didn't make sense. You putting a 15-year-old in a cell with somebody that got life.
Mm.
He might not make it out of there tomorrow
Mm.
or tonight. So it just didn't make sense and it wasn't right. It
Mm.
wasn't right at all.
Wow. Mm-mm-mm. Did you have any young ones while you were there that you took under your wings?
Yeah, I used to make them go to school.
Okay.
I used to make them go to school. Like they
Mm-hmm.
wanted to play basketball, they wanted to go lift weights. I ain't mind them, hanging out with us, with Picard and them or with Kiwi and them. Matter of fact, Kiwi used to work in the school. He used to work in the school and he used to help them. He used to tutor them.
Right.
But
He was telling us that. Yeah.
yeah, he used to work in the school. But I
Mm.
used to just be like, man, nah, you ain't go to school today, so we ain't hanging out today.
Mm-hmm.
Like I
Mm-hmm.
don't have no dumb friends. So if you
Right.
can't go to school, you can't hang out with me.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Did they listen?
Some of them did.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them did. Some of them just, it ain't time for them to grow up yet.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Whew, that seems like, every time I think about it, like it's just such a dangerous and scary environment to be in. Oh my goodness. It's just, the day to day. I was talking to Monty last week and he was saying that just being in there from day to day, he said sometimes it just works on you mentally because you see so much going on inside of the walls that we have no idea about. And he was telling me that last week because he was just having a really rough day. And then the guy next door, in the cell, he's killed his cellmate. So he hear all of that going on, and I'm trying to, they asking for help, and nobody's coming. Like, and I could just hear it in his voice, just the. He said, "I just want to get out of here," like he just,
That begins to weigh on you. When you
yeah,
hear certain noises at night, you hear people getting raped, you hear people getting beat up, you hear people getting stabbed. After a while, it started to grow on you, and it just, I don't know, we human. Like we might have did what we did to go to prison, but we still have compassion for people. And
mm-hmm,
like they calling for help and nobody's coming. So in his mind, it's like, man, we in this joint on our own.
mm,
Like, and now he's probably in a mindset like, I gotta survive by any means necessary.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And they created that hostile environment. They shouldn't have cell buddies.
mm-hmm,
Just
mm-hmm,
because I got double life and you got double life don't mean we gotta be in a cell together.
right, right,
They shouldn't have cell buddies.
mm-hmm,
Because what's the worst that could happen if I kill my cell buddy? I'm never going home.
Yeah.
I'm never going home. So if I kill myself, buddy, what they gonna do? Give me another life sentence? I know I'm never going home. So it really don't matter.
Right.
And it's just not fair. They cause a lot of tension.
Mm.
And that's all it causes is a hostile environment. And it's
Yeah.
just crazy. Because you got people like Monty who's trying to do the right thing, who's trying to walk right,
Mm-hmm.
and he's just caught in that environment.
Right. Right. Yeah, we're gonna pray for him because he doesn't go up for parole, and he has 3 more years before he can go up for parole. So,
Which is crazy
yeah,
because he was a juvenile.
right.
The law was passed, but Maryland, being as petty as they are, was the
Mm-hmm.
only state that put a age cap or a number on how much time you had to do.
Mm-hmm.
All the other states was just like, okay, he was a juvenile, he has to get resentenced. That's
Mm-hmm.
just it. But
Yeah.
Maryland being Maryland, oh no, he gotta do 20 years. 20 years for what?
Yep. He got these 20 years. So he in year 17, and we gotta keep praying for him. He's a good brother.
Yeah.
He's a good
Yes,
brother.
he is.
He's a good brother. Um, the late training with purpose on Twitter she said, "Wow, I can't imagine hearing all of that, and you're helpless. You can't really do anything." And she said, "Amen to you making the students go to school." Um, wow, interesting. Well, listen, we got a few minutes left. Let me go through these comments real quick. Let me see. Van said, take your time with her. Oh, she's talking about your fiance. Take your time with her nephew. She will understand. It's a process. It's been 20 plus years now. For us to stay true, we got to stay true to. You got to stay true to you first, is what she said. And then he said those juveniles who steal cars for neighbors' cars in my neighborhood, and they were arrested. Oh, somebody stole some cars in her neighborhood, arrested 3 years ago. There's so many young boys and girls going to prison. I don't even know what to say. They 12, 11, and I'm seeing them in court. It's sad. Um, Grace
People,
McKnight said prayers.
they getting younger and younger. And when I was
Yeah.
growing up, people didn't let us do certain things because
Mm-hmm.
we wasn't old enough.
Right.
Like everybody didn't have guns. Everybody wasn't shooting everybody. Everybody wasn't stabbing everybody. You wasn't old enough to do it. And
Mm-hmm.
then we had older, I'm not gonna call them friends, but we had older people in our community.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, you bringing too much heat, you shoot him, they're gonna be on us. And we ain't gonna make no money. No, y'all
Mm-hmm.
gotta go fight. Y'all fight,
Wow.
all right, it's over with. Come on. It's none of that no more. It's none of
Mm.
that. I went down the park. It was a nice day outside. My lady went for a walk. We was talking. We was down Patterson Park. The
Mm-hmm.
basketball court was empty and it was Sunday. Growing
Mm-hmm.
up, it was cars in the back. It was cars in the park. All the
Yeah.
basketball courts was crowded. Like they don't do nothing no more.
Yeah. Well, with the games and stuff now, they don't even go outside. They just sit there and play those games, and they can see outside unless you open the door and make them go outside. So you just don't see that like when we were younger, when we had to go outside and play.
Our
It
parents came outside to get us. They knew where we was
was
at.
yeah,
Our parents knew where we was at. We was
right.
outside.
Yeah, it wasn't a choice about do you want to go outside and play? Like, no, go outside and play. Like, there was no
Yeah.
choice in the matter. But these kids, they just sit at home and play games, and it's sad the way society is going because a lot of them, I know at least in Baltimore, a lot of them by the time they're 16, they already have some type of record. They've already been in the system some kind of way. But listen, I want to close on a high note because I want you to let us know, like, what do you see yourself doing in the future? You've been out for a year, a little over a year. So what do you see yourself doing going forward?
My father's helping me. Hopefully, by January 2024, I have my own house.
Oh wow.
Uh, I've been saving my money. and hopefully I have my house. I'm looking to buy my own cab to start my business.
Okay.
My fiance is in school right now to get her CDLs, so we're gonna try to get a business going with us
Mm-hmm.
two starting and expand from there. But I'm just, every 6 months,
Mm-hmm.
every 6 months, I've tried to make a goal, stick with it. I try not to venture too far ahead.
Right, right. But you know what's amazing is that I remember you telling me about some. I remember you talking about the CDO, and you did that, and so just about everything that you said you wanted to do, you've been able to accomplish it. So, I listen. Just all I'm gonna say is this: just give me an invite to the house. When y'all get the house, just invite me over. I'll be there because I already know you're going to get it. I already know that. Oh, he went out for a minute. I already know that his house is coming. But everybody, listen. That was Tay Gross. I hope he can come back on. Let me see if we can get him back on. Uh, yes, training with
Lost you,
purpose.
Auntie.
She said
I lost you,
amazing.
Auntie. What you say?
No, I was saying everything that you said that you were telling me last year when I first met you when you came out and you were saying what you wanted to do, you've accomplished a lot of stuff. And so, I hope that you are proud of yourself because we certainly are. And I was saying, all I'm going to say about your house is when you get your house, just make sure you invite me over when you get the house because I already know you're going to get it. I already know you're going to get it. So it's wonderful that I love the fact that you're doing it. It's amazing. Like I'm just amazed at what y'all do when y'all come out. But it's wonderful that you're doing it like a 6 month plan because that way you're not overwhelming yourself and you're not putting too much on your plate. But you're giving yourself enough time to work at something and accomplish it so you can continue moving forward to the next thing. And that is wonderful. That's amazing. So anything you want to leave with us before you go?
I just tried to come out and set a good example for the people that was coming behind me.
Mm-hmm.
One, to let them know that they can come out here and do the same thing. And two, if they see me doing good, hopefully they will parole the next man so he can
Yeah.
do good. And that's it. But I want people to keep in tune with you because
Mm-hmm.
you go to Annapolis, you know what laws being passed. Because they
Mm-hmm.
always say our people had to get out and vote. But
Mm-hmm.
who are you voting for?
Right.
What does that person stand for?
Mm-hmm.
What is that person going to do for your loved ones that's incarcerated? What
Right.
are they going to do? And
Mm-hmm.
people need to know that before
Mm-hmm.
they go checking boxes and voting for this person and that person.
Right.
People really need to know that. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
That is so important. And I keep telling people when I was in Annapolis, they were passing a lot of stuff that people will be surprised about, but you're not there, so you don't know. And when these laws are passed, you can't really complain because you wasn't down there. But they were just passing stuff because there was nobody to fight against it. So the next session, when it's time to go to Annapolis, we'll be giving y'all the dates and everything. When you go down, especially when it comes to the criminal justice system, so you can come down and support. And the amazing thing is that a lot of people who were formerly incarcerated are there. And I mean, it's crazy enough for you because what they do to us, they put us all the way at the end. Like every time we go there, one night we were there till they didn't call us until 9 o'clock at night. And we had gotten there around 12. And we was just like, you know what? We're gonna sit here. We're gonna wait and we're gonna say what we have to say. So,
yeah, y'all to leave.
yeah, exactly. They want us to leave and they want to be able to pass bills, and we're not fighting. So we went down there and we just prepared to stay all day long. Everything, every time we did something, and we would just laugh because we were always at the end. You get down there, what's our number? Oh, y'all number 94. Okay, well, we're gonna sit here and wait. We're gonna sit here and wait. We go eat, we talk. I would do my shows from down there because I was just like, I'm not going home. We're gonna sit here and we're gonna wait. The one night we were so late down there so late one night that the place where we parked, you take the shuttle bus, but the shuttle bus, we didn't know the shuttle bus stopped at 8 o'clock. We didn't get out of there till like about 10:30. So we had to ask somebody to take us over to the. We couldn't get Lyft, we couldn't get Uber. We had to ask somebody, could they please take us over to where we left had parked the car, because it was we couldn't walk there. But it's just the stuff that they do. So you have to be prepared and committed to, this process, especially when it comes to this system, because we're fighting for people that are inside and we're fighting for people that are outside. And so if you all are interested, I'll definitely have that information as the time, when they start up next year. And Ray Moore said, I'm proud of you, Tay. Life is going to get better.
Yeah, thank you.
I
It
love
was,
Ray Moore. I love him.
it
So
was
yeah,
nice him when you did your television show. It was nice seeing him. I need
yeah,
to go to one of his shows.
yes. Ray is a fool. Ray is just funny. He's funny. But yeah, the next comedy show that they do, I'll let you know. I'll make sure I get a ticket so you can come. Because he just did a comedy show, I think it was last month or the month before. I had to record their comedy show. But yeah, the next time I'll make sure I get you and your fiance a ticket so y'all can come out to the show.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
So tell her, here we go again. Y'all, somebody said Bambi Burn Eyes or something. She said, when is the big day? You know her?
No, I don't. And I don't know when the big day is going to be. And why she didn't send a message on here to tell these people when the big day was going to be. I don't know. But she needs to tell them people when the big day is going to be.
Oh my goodness. Everybody wants to know, Tay, when is the big day?
I
Listen.
I don't know.
Look, y'all, he already said he working on his life, he working on, getting a house, working on all these things. So when he finally makes that decision, he's all set and straight to take care of his fiance. So that's what's going on. We don't know when the big day is. Hey, Dimitri, we don't know when the big day is. That's funny though. People always like, it's hilarious. But anyway, y'all, thank you for tuning in tonight. We'll be back on Thursday night. Now I gotta find out what's been going on with our brothers that couldn't call in tonight. Sometimes they're on lockdown, so I don't know. We had two, Monty and do you know Major?
Mm-mm.
Majah. That's another guy that calls. Yeah, so those two, I don't know what happened. But I'll find out. I'll let y'all know. Hopefully,
I
they'll be
appreciate
back.
it.
Yeah, they'll be able to come on Thursday. Tell your fiance I said hello. And thank you so
I
much for
will.
coming. Keep up the
And
good work. We are proud of you.
thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.
All right, nephew. Love you. Take care of
Thank
yourself.
you too. All
All
right,
right.
awesome.
All right. Now everybody, this was What Up Baltimore, and our guest was Tay Gross tonight. Y'all make sure that you continue to follow us. Make sure that you what the phrase said. Ray said women be chasing you like crazy. The Tay, it was scary at first. Yeah, I can imagine. With Ray, it's a shortage of men out here. So yeah, women, they I'm pretty sure they were running after all of y'all when you came out. A lot of y'all come out and you already have somebody, and I think that's what people don't know. um so yeah, but I'm proud of nephew. I'm so glad for everything that he's doing, and I'm just equally as happy that he has a wonderful and supportive family around him, because when you have that family bond around you, it really, really makes a difference. And let me tell you, and Ray Moore has a beautiful wife as well. She is gorgeous. Um, what she said? Dimitri said it's a shortage of good men. She got good men in capital letters. It's a shortage of good men. Yeah, it's a shortage. I listen. Dimitri, I don't know. Uh, what I've seen, and I hope that I can get some women on here. And if you are in this category, if you are dating someone or you're married to someone that's incarcerated, please call me. The number's 443-297-4743, because I would love to have you on the show. I would love to have that conversation to just, talk about what it's like on a day-to-day basis. I do know a lot of women who are in that situation, but they don't like being on camera talking about it. So, if you're comfortable talking about it and you want to share what it's like to be in a relationship with a man who is incarcerated, feel free. We'll have that conversation and talk about it. I often say that I don't really understand how that works, only because uh for me, um, I just wouldn't be able to deal with him being behind bars and not having access to him when I want to talk, or touch him, or just going out. Like I went out this weekend and him not being able to go out, it would be really difficult for me. So that's not something that I feel like would work for me. So I'm always very intrigued with women who are able to stick it out. Like there's some women who have stuck it out for 20, 30 years, of waiting for their spouse to come home. Like Van has done that, and I just think that's awesome. I really do. So I would love to talk to some women to see what it's like, because I think you could also enlighten women who are just getting into a relationship with somebody who is incarcerated, because that is happening as well. And I meet women who have met brothers through other people, and they started writing and calling, and then ended up into a relationship. Dimitri said, "Me too, can't do it." Yeah, I mean, it's not for everybody. It's not for everybody. We all have our preferences. There's nothing wrong with it. And like I said, I've seen the most beautiful relationships. Toy and Hassan, I mean Kareem Hassan, um, beautiful couple, beautiful. Okay. And I got to bring them on so y'all can hear their story again. This is like a 30 something year relationship. And this woman, when I tell you, like, she waited for her man, and she was like, I'm waiting. And to see them out now, they're just a beautiful, I always call them black love every time I see them. But yeah, it's not for everybody. Ray said women chase them bald headed brothers when they come home. Ray, you better stop. And so I got to get Ray on here too. I have Ray on? I think I had Ray on. It's probably been over a year. I got to get him back on again. Ray is funny as I don't know what. But yeah, so but the other thing that I will say that I see in these brothers that come home, um, even though women are running after them, what I love that I see with them is that they are committed to that woman that waited for them. They are committed. You can run after them all you want to. They are committed to that woman. And so that's one thing that I have seen. And I think that that's really great. It's really great. And Monty told me that, he said, Lady J, there's a lot of good brothers in here and behind the walls. You might find one. I said, Monty, no, I don't think so. That ain't gonna work for me. But I will bring y'all on the show and let you, you can call in and all of that, and we can be friends. But we can't do no relationship. Lady J can't do that. I can't. I can't do it. Black Puma said, my man Ray Smurder. Okay, so they know each other too. Black Puma said he not coming on. He's not coming on talking. But anyway, y'all, I'm gonna get ready to get out of here. The number to call me if you would like to come on the show, or if you know anyone who has been formerly incarcerated and they're out, or if they're want to come on and just talk about the criminal justice system, or you might be somebody who works in the criminal justice system, you are welcome to come on. Or you might have a program that works with those who are in the system. Please feel free to come on. And the video that I played at the beginning, and when you hear that spoken word. That is from a Kiwi Barnes. I love that. I say, listen, I gotta have that for my opening. A Kiwi was on last week, and so I want to thank him because he was like, "Yep, you can use it." So I used it. I'm using that now. But anyway, y'all have a good night. Make sure that you tune in tomorrow. Uh, oh, so tomorrow I'm going to be talking to a lady from London, England. We're gonna be on at 12 in the afternoon because they're a few hours ahead of us, and she's an author and a motivational speaker. She's going to be coming on, and we're gonna have a conversation because she's going to be on tour in the U.S. soon. In November, she'll be here on tour, and then I want y'all to on Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. All right, Wednesday at 8 o'clock. I need you to tune in. I'm starting a new show, and this show is for children and teenagers who are entrepreneurs. Okay, who are entrepreneurs. And if you're for the kids, it's going to be for the kids. Hey, Charlotte. Hey. For the kids, it's going to be called the Kidpreneur Show. For the teenagers, they're going to be the Teenpreneurs. So on Wednesday night, I have a young lady that's coming on, has her own business. She's 13 years old, and she is going to be coming on, telling us about her business. And y'all better buy something. She's gonna be selling, selling her little stuff that she's making, and it's gonna be waiting for you to purchase. Wait until you hear. We want to make sure that we support our young people, the boys as well as the girls. So y'all make sure you tune in. And if you have a young person, you don't have to be in Baltimore. You can live anywhere because we all over. We're all over the world, as a matter of fact. So if you have any children that are entrepreneurs, teens that are entrepreneurs, please call me or text me 443-297-4753. I will get them on. Okay. This is gonna be exciting. I used to do this when I first started in radio and in 2019, and I love talking to the kids. So we're gonna do it again and 8 o'clock Wednesday night. Now, Black Puma, what did he say? He said, I enjoyed the show. It's a big energy, positive vibe, and great aura. I'll be in soon. All right, Black Puma. Yes. Look, Black Puma is coming around, y'all. He said he might be on here soon. He said he might be here soon. So we're gonna look for Black Puma. We're gonna give him time because nephew said he just got home. Let me read the comments from Twitter. Then I'm gonna go, y'all. Let me see. We got a comment on Twitter. Said I okay on Twitter. She said I will make my daughter watch because she's 10 and she needs a business. Yes, training with purpose. Let your daughter watch. It's going to be 8 p.m. on Wednesday night. That's going to start our Kidpreneur show. It's going to be so much fun because you know what? We need to teach our children how to make money. Don't depend on a job when you have your hands and you can start making money with your hands and doing certain things. All right, y'all, this wig is getting really hot and I got to go take it off. I have my hair braided under here though. I would take it off now, but my hair is braided and I need to redo the braids. But anyway, it's hot. So listen, y'all, have a good night. Have a great night. Thank you so much again, nephew, for coming on. And we're going to continue to keep him prayed up in everything he's doing. And everyone that's been coming on here that's just came home, we're going to continue to keep them prayed up. And also we're going to pray for our brothers that didn't make it on tonight because I'm not quite sure what happened. But I'm gonna definitely find out, why they didn't make it on. More than likely something happened at the jail and they're on lockdown at the prison. All right, y'all. Okay, everybody, a Kiwi, thank you so much. Oh, before I go, let me tell y'all this. What I need is, and I meant to do this earlier. Y'all. If you can, I need you to donate, all right, to help continue with this program. because the other thing that I do outside of the program is I go to court with people. Like he's going to send me that information to go to court, and Uber is expensive. And then they have this GTL where they're able to talk on the tablets now. So, I put money on that if anybody wants to reach me. And I do get a lot of calls from the inside and a lot of people who text on the tablet. So if you could do me a favor, I don't care if it's $1, $2, $3. This is the only show that I ask for money for, because it's not for me, it's for what I'm doing. But you can donate by going to Cash App, and you can put in $. It's on the screen, LadyJ Flavor for Cash App. Or if you want to Zelle something, it's 443, excuse me, 297 4753. Okay. Or PayPal. You can do that too. But all of the information is on the screen. This is going to really help me continue to do what I'm doing. All right. And I'm going to do it either way. But let us do this as a group, like we do, when we be passing the offering plate at church. Let us do this as a group, as a collective, and make sure that our brothers and sisters can be heard, and then we can walk with them until this process is over. All right. Y'all have a good night. Great night. My name is Dr. Lady J, and this show that you are watching is called What Up Baltimore. And you never know what's going to be on What Up Baltimore or who's going to be on What Up Baltimore. But I thank you for joining us. Thank you for your support. Thank you for the laughs and the giggles. And I will see you again on Wednesday. Don't forget, I'm coming back on Wednesday. I'll be on tomorrow, but I need y'all to come back on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Bring your children. All right. Bye, y'all. Just wanted to let you know that the host of this show appreciates the time that you've spent with them. Now, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to our channel so you can keep up with everything that we're doing. And most of all, thank you for tuning in to What Up Baltimore online radio, where the people have the power.